Greetings, we are Foodie. The debate topic that we are discussing today is whether Vietnam should have a second official language. This is a significant topic that has sparked widespread public controversy, with various opposing viewpoints to meet the demands of the circumstances nowadays. 4.0 Era 4.0. We believe that we should definitely adopt another official language as a second mother tongue. Specifically speaking, English would be the perfect candidate considering there are plenty compensations to having a second language as English, and we will be stating it in our argument.
Before coming into our statements, let's define the definition of the key words. The official language, according to the English dictionary, is the language that is accepted by the country's government, used in teaching, court law, or any other workplace. The puzzle question here is, why does Vietnam need a second official language? Getting back to our observation, adopting an official second language will increase the process of economic development, integration between countries, and diplomacy. As you all know, English is a language that is used by the populace of the world, helping the process of diplomacy and integration become significantly uncomplicated. According to Economic Forum, English is currently considered the most broadly used international language, with 67 nations and territories using it as their official language and over 70 countries adopting it as a second native tongue. It is the very first language of approximately 400 million people worldwide, the second language of roughly 400 other million, and a foreign language for practically 600 to 700 million people, according to David Crystal.
Vietnam, on the other hand, is a developing country. Using English as a foreign language will lead to difficulties in trading and communicating with other developed countries such as America, England, and France. As such being said, first and foremost, adding a second language will spread the hobby of speaking it as the mother tongue, increasing the chances of approaching knowledge, experiences, and integration between Vietnam and other countries. As a result, the development process of Vietnam will have significant changes.
Previously remarked, Vietnam is well on its path to a further and deeper integration with the world where English is the primary language of commerce. If startup companies are to prosper, they must embrace global concerns as well as domestic matters. There seems to be a hindrance in English to address the worldwide dilemma. Vietnam is on its approach to unification, and Vietnamese human resources must satisfy benchmarks. As a corollary, the use of English as a second language will be a fundamental force and means for Vietnam to actively engage with the world, assimilate scientific civilization, and likewise expand its effective communication, its commitment to the Universal Development Initiative, which willfully promotes Vietnam's economic, intellectual, and cultural growth.
To make this happen, the party's orientation policy must be formed. On that basis, the government must deconstruct a thorough and comprehensive strategy on this matter. A scheme of this sort must set specific ambitions, along with when and to what criteria English may be officially enforced as a second language in Vietnam. The program must be outlined a detailed roadmap, not just for English instructions and implementation, but also for finalizing the essential legal basis. Furthermore, communication is key for fostering a key sense of solidarity, acceptance, a solid willingness to take action within society.
It is indeed viable to manufacture a second language and one's mother tongue at the same time. Many experts believe that the subject of this entails something beyond solely instructing pupils. A federal requirement for a foreign language to become a second language is that members of the society better understand it and then form a sustainable gatherings of Vietnamese adults, young adults, and elders who use it frequently in your daily lives.
Since English isn't an official language in Vietnam, documents and articles are typically written in Vietnamese. If English is proclaimed to be Vietnam's official second language, documents and other content materials will be presented within both English and Vietnamese, eliminating the need for translation. Like in Singapore, text can be written in both English and Chinese. As previously indicated, English is a widely used language from across the world, with 67 nations using it as their first language and 70 countries using it as their second. Due to that reason, the majority of common knowledge on the internet is English. In the globalization era, the fourth industrial revolution at the moment, more people are using English to compose documents. Because they are using English, it increases the accessibility and the ability to communicate as well as contribute to the development of the world.
Take a brief realistic look. The education systems in Vietnam are only focusing on grammar, writing, but not equipped students with comprehension, speaking, and communicating in English. Therefore, to truly make English a second native language in our nation, substantial political will and consensus are essential for the country's and Vietnamese prosperity to cater to the needs of the era. To mainstream another language, we must thereby invest in prerequisites. Identifying English as a second language will serve the government as a way of generalizing the language among people, particularly regarding the young, because it does provide a strong incentive for each individual to master and utilize it as a form of communication.
It is imperative to really be a global citizen and prevent being left on the sidelines of Industry 4.0. Due to the general countries and people's rapid development, we may soon demand to designate English as a second language as leverage for such tremendous rising popularity.
To include what we've stated, the Vietnamese government should establish another language, English as Vietnam's second official language. Many complications occur while talking with people from other nations, since residents mainly speak Vietnamese. As the Vietnamese economy and era expands, knowing how to converse in English would be extremely beneficial to individuals. This would also empower the younger generations, as some wish to pursue further education in other countries, which would be a setback if they had not perceived English. I believe Vietnam should build a visual blueprint and go methodically to reach our destination. 10 years and 20 years objective vision. The young today now speak English extensively. If the government has a structured and concise move, 20 years within the next, the young generation will as well lead and benefit our nation. And then only we can expect to accomplish the aforementioned.